the PD7 series pump. Obviously, the way you can tell this from all the other PD pumps is that this has a screen, the other one doesn't. This has no knob, and the other one has one knob there, and it's blank. Obviously, also, the 7 series, the main thing about this is that it's got 2 methods of control. So we've got an on-off, and we've got a pulse control. But just before we get into all that sort of palaver, there is, I'm just going to go through the basic overview of this pump, and then there'll be another video on how to handle the menu, and there'll be another video on how to connect this pump. So what we've got here is obviously the screen. On the screen here, you've got, it's telling you what mode it's in. So at the moment, that top hat signal is actually a pulse signal, and currently the green on there says it's active, it's waiting for a pulse signal. So I'm just going to turn that off, and what I'm going to do, this is the menu. That's the on-off, that's the enter button, and that's the up-down button. So if I go into the menu, and I now want to make it into manual, I'm going to enter manual, and now you can see that's changed. And then when I press on, boom, it's going to tell me based on what speed I go. So now if I go this down, it's going to go, hey, look, the output's going to change. We want to do that much. This is on manual mode, by the way. And then we're going to increase this one up here. And what you're actually doing is you're increasing the speed of the pump, but it's showing you what then it shows you the strokes per minute down the bottom there. So that, in a nutshell, is how you control the pump. So the menu, on, off, enter, up, down. Over here is the port for the pulse cable, which is grey. This is it here, has 5 wires. Accepts the pulse remote on and off as well. And one thing to note is that on the LMI pumps, see that's a D shape, and that's a D shape over there, which is awesome. But notice this is not a D shape. So what that means is like you can't get them stuffed up, basically, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so that's that. The other thing over here, obviously on the side, it tells you what the model of the pump is. Just 2 things to note about this. One is the PD766, see that number before the dash? That's relating to everything from here. See the number after the dash, the 832? That's relating to everything from the liquid end. So if you said you needed new check valves, you need a new diaphragm or a head block, which is this guy here, then what you'd do is you'd quote the 832 NI. Obviously, give us the whole pump, and that'll help easy, but in case you're wondering, if I needed a repair kit for this, it would be an RPM dash, last 3 numbers, 832. Happy days. On the back here, what you see is obviously you got the suction valve, you got the discharge valve, and this little guy here, some people ask what the heck is that? That's a fast priming valve. So in the old days, they used to put a valve on the top here so you could prime the pump. Well, that's all now built into the head. So you basically just turn this guy like that. That now will create air, make it easy to go this way, which means that when the pump's sucking up the chemical, it's not seeing any discharge pressure, and makes it really simple for the pump to prime. So in a nutshell, this is a priming valve. By closing it up, now no more air's getting in there. You'll see nothing coming out the tube. Pump will be primed. And it's called a fast priming because it just does a whole lot quicker than the old days, which used to have to get past the check valve first. Whereas, as you can see, this point here is before the check valve. Okay, last point in regards to this puppy is on the other side there is a QR code. Now that QR code, you can get all your manuals, you can get all the bits and pieces online if you're ever lost or stuck about this pump. So that's the PD7 series. Again, how do I tell the difference between this and the PD0? This has a screen, the 0 does not.